Flaming Sword here, back at it again, once again. And today, I wanted to showcase a deck profile that I was working on for a little bit, and this is basically technically it's a deck tech. So I wanted to get your guys' opinion on this build and to go from there. Now, this is Amethyst Steel Wheel Jafar. Since Set 5 it came out, it actually gave Wheel Jafar more than just a one-trick pony of a deck now. Now it has multiple ways to get to its win conditions and not heavily rely on a whole new world. So I wanted to showcase what I was working on, giving out my opinions on the cards to replace and what to remove, and we could go from there. So the first off, we'll start off our 1-drops. I have 8, so I'm running 4 Archimedes and 4 1-drop Robin Hoods. I don't know why. This deck is exactly in a number of 62, and every single time I've been drawing, after mulligans, I have guaranteed a hand of a 1-drop every turn. I don't know how, I don't know why. I wish I could be the mathematics to tell you the reason, but it is insane on the effect that I was able to get a 1-drop every turn, to where I wasn't missing a single 1-drop throughout all the games and all the play testing. For now, my 2-drops, I run Blue Fairy, because basically when I was building the Wheel Jafar, I was kind of building it as if I was making like a Bucky list. So you would see it's a little bit Floodborn heavy, which it's not a good idea in my opinion. I would not recommend doing that in the slightest. Then we have 4 of the 2-drop Jafars. He's still pretty good. Still pretty good as it comes in. During your turn, gain evasive for a 3-2. So it helps out on the matchups against Diablos. Any evasive decks, which makes things a little bit easier. Then I ran 2 Lamp, which it was a good card back then. It was like your one way to get to a whole new world and a Wheel Jafar. It gets you to the Shift Jafar quick as possible. But nowadays, it's really not that great. Then I run 4 Friends on the other side. Just a really good card. Just to sing it from a 3 cost or more, draw 2, or pay the 3 to draw 2. This card was a good idea at first, then it was really not the greatest. The 3 cost Jafar Lamp Thief, that was like a 2/2, a quest for 2. I like the ability of being able to look at the top 2 and put 1 on the top, 1 at the bottom. My issue was when I was playtesting it, as I was testing it against other decks like Ruby Amethyst, Steel Song, it really just wasn't that great, to where I was inking him more than playing him as it should with a bounce package. But this deck was running less of a bounce package, so it was only running 4 Madamant Fox, which it's really not a good idea in my opinion. Amethyst needs another way to get more advantage than just using a bounce package, but I can't complain because the bounce package is actually really good, especially if you're able to take advantage of this guy, the 3-drop Pete, Referee Pete. Damn insane. Like, for an uncommon, comes into play, your opponent can't play actions. Like, bro, you could just play him, quest with him, bounce him, and then replay him with the Fox as soon as you have 6 ink to just shut down actions from being able to play and keep it in that lockdown. The next one I run is 3 Small Tank, which it was mainly used as a shift target. Highly don't recommend it in my opinion. Then we got 3 Along Came Zeus. Helps out with locations or characters that are a little bit more difficult to take care of, so you're not wasting 1 too many characters. Then running 2 Snake Jafar. I'm definitely thinking of just bumping him up because he's actually really good. in my opinion. Challenge the character, draw a card if it's banished successfully. So it really helps it out. Then running 4 of the Shift Archimedes. Really good. It's underratedly good. It just shifts for 3, has evasive, and challenger +3. So it's a guaranteed 4/4 for a challenged on evasive, which makes it difficult for them to actually hit you. It's not the best option, but it was really good in the shifter option. So you would have like such as a 4 copy, as I was running 4 copies of Shift Robin Hood. So not only I was able to guarantee the 1 cost every turn, I was able to guarantee the blue fairy and being able to have a shift, the shift character into it on turn 3 every single time. It was just insane how it was working. But when it's disrupted is where it tumbles down, in my opinion. Which then you run 4 whole new worlds and 3 grab your sword. I was running 3 because 3 grab your swords was actually really good against hyper aggro decks. It had actually slowed them down since we don't have like a 8-drop Sisu in this color. So it worked out as the best that it can do for this. Then I run 3 Big Tink, which it's a pretty good number in my opinion. It comes in, deals 1 damage. When the ink is finally dried up, it guarantees to sing Whole New World or sing grab when you're 1 character, then have Big Tink come in, challenge a character, and then take another 2 damage. So if it, the idea was that being able to shift into Big Tink on turn 4, deal into 1 damage, and then sing grab your sword to deal basically in total 3 damage to the whole board. It kind of worked and it kind of didn't. Then finally, for Striking Illusionist Jafar. It was really good, but it was too clunky to where I was stuck with having to force myself to ink him. So it wasn't like the best idea. So what I'm realistically thinking of doing is just taking out a copy of a Jafar, taking out a copy of Grab, taking out like the Archimedes, the Tinkerbell, the small tanks, Jafar, Lamp, a single copy of the 2-drop Jafar, Blue Fairy, and the Archimedes. I was considering of just taking those out completely and have these exact cards to be replaced with, such as like a 1-drop Cogsworth at 3. It's actually really underratedly good for a damn common. Because after you snake, the moment you have 3 ink, you can just quest with your character, place Madam M Snake, which, yes, we're now running the Madam M Snake at 3. Basically, what I'm thinking is, quest with the character, play the snake, bounce the character, then play the Cogsworth, giving Madam M Snake Rush. It is insane that it's basically going to be able to make your own fox with just a snake, and you're able to keep your snakes in the hand. Also considering of running 2 Fire the Cannons, just to get rid of the early 1-drops, like the Cindy from Steel Song. It doesn't get rid of Daisy Duck, but it at least allows us to put a damage into the Daisy Duck, Donald State, easily. And then afterwards, challenge into the Daisy Duck. So then that way we're not wasting 1 too many characters in our board to worry about it. And just go from there. Another bounce packet, another target to bounce, it would be 3 copies of Benja. comes in, banishes an item. So it helps out with the item deck removals and just being able to quest him for 2, bounce him back, replay him, banish an item. It's just really good, in my opinion. Because when you run with the bounce package just as like a 3 elephant, it allows us to have more bounce package. The more bounce package you have, in my opinion, the easier your targets are guaranteed to be called out. So like you can easily just bounce the Pete or bounce the Benja, replay it, and you could just go a little bit crazy. The other ones I'm also thinking of adding would be 3 Merlin Rabbit. Because it's just really good. Comes in, and when it leaves play, draw a card. So, quest with them, bounce, draw a card, replay it, draw a card. So, kind of like a easier bounce of a package idea. And it still allows us to have continuous card draw. Adding the 2 more copies of the Snake Jafar, because he's really good, in my opinion. Plus, he's being able to shift on from 2, so you can go on turn 3, shift to Snake Jafar, challenge, draw a card. So it gets rid of it, at least of it, a bit of an earlier threats without wasting too much of your ink to do much. Finally, I am considering of running 3 copies of Beast Tragic Hero. Beast Tragic Hero is just insanely good. Comes in, if there's a damage onto him, it gets +4 strength. If not, draw additional. I'm waiting for the day where we get a 1-drop Steel Beast. So then that way we can shift this on turn 3. So it's another way to shift into like any of those combo pieces and just go crazy from there. So this is just basically what I'm thinking coming up with. If you want a deck, if you want a better recommendation for a deck to actually run, like, I'll be linking down in the below at alphajbo's own deck list. And that's where you will have a better start line than what I did, in my opinion. Because mine was just trying to figure out to how the deck is going to run, how to get to know the exact deck and everything, instead of just trying to figure out how to utilize the bounce package, how to just utilize a lot of cards to go into your favor. So if I were y'all, I would go to his list first before trying recklessly like mine. Because mine was trying to be more of Floodborne synergy and allowing to shift early. So that way I would have multiple characters to be able to sing a whole new world the moment of getting them. And it didn't go well. It really did not go well. I would not recommend it. And right now, as I'm talking, I'm sleeving up the cards that... basically taking out the cards that I want, taking out the cards I don't want, and then putting in the ones that I am going to try out. In my opinion, it's just more of, it's nice to get a better understanding first in your list before trying to figure out how you're going to utilize it. So I would highly recommend people to try out alphajbo's list first. I'll have it linked, like I said, I'll have it in the link. I'll have it linked down in the description down below, so you can take a look at his list and go from there, because his is a better start than mine. And as I saw this version of his, and if you want to get into a Discord, he does have a Discord channel that's heavily devoted to Jafar, which, as I chit-chatted with him, he wants everything in his power to make him so strong that he is worthy to be banned. It's actually a nice plan, in my opinion, because then it at least proves that card draw is king, and basically bluffing that they can't ban a card because of them, because of favoritism. So he's trying to pull off like a Konami move of like, well, it is the main character's card, so there's no way it's gonna get banned. He's just testing the waters on that statement, in my opinion. So hope you guys enjoy this. Smash that like button, and if you were able to enjoy this kind of a video, comment on what else you guys want to see me build and everything under the sun. Hit that subscribe button to get more videos, but click on the bell to never miss a single one. So I'm gonna be out of here, so have a good day, y'all. Flaming Sword here, I'm out.